I'm Justin Rowe-Roberts of Biz News, and with me today is Easy Equities Shaun Keeling. Shaun, always great to chat to the team at Easy, undoubtedly South Africa's favorite retail investing platform. It was a bit of a turbulent month for the equity markets. What was the general behavior like from South African retail investors? I could imagine a little bit skittish.
How's it, Justin? Thanks so much for having me here today. It's always lekker chatting to the clients in the community, so really lekker being here, and thank you very much. It was a little bit skittish, but it's been interesting behavior across the past few months as is. So even if it's skittish, it's been interesting. We've seen similar buys and sells on the platform, and I'm sure we'll dive into that just now. The common trend still reoccurring. Interesting, I suppose, is the word of every month.
I guess that is the market, Shaun. But let's start with the local market. I'm very interested to hear the most bought and sold stocks on the JSE on Easy this month.
Okay, so I dived into the top 5 from the 30th of August to 28th of September, obviously with September not ending. So at the most bought, we have EC10 and Sasol being basically neck and neck. In third place, we have Sibanye Stillwater, fourth Steinhoff, and in fifth, Aspen Pharmacare Holdings.
And sold?
Oh, sorry, yes. And most sold is Sasol by quite a way, and then EC10, Steinhoff, and Investec Wealth Accelerator.
It's very interesting when I hear those names. I think Aspen Pharmacare, it's had an incredible month. Sasol both on the most bought and most sold. Obviously, Sasol's had a nice run with the Brent crude price. And that EC10 crypto, it's a nice diverse basket for investors to get involved in cryptocurrencies without the volatility of Bitcoin or Ethereum or just one specific coin. Have we seen a lot of interest for EC10, and what do you think the reasons are, Shaun?
Yeah, no, that EC10 basket is really interesting. Like you say, it's got a holding of, I looked at it this morning to get the exact weighting, 55.72% in Bitcoin, 24% in Ethereum. So, most of it, 80% of it is in those two, and then the rest breaks the diversity in the top 10. And I think it's exciting. It's different. It's for the retail investors that you can touch on what the crypto market is, and you've heard all this hype about it. So it's nice to be able to invest in it in a regulated platform and in a product that you can trust, and then at least try it out a bit. And that's why it's also top bought and sold. It's the same as when you look at all these crypto markets going up and down. So I get that, and it's a nice touch for investors just to be able to feel it out in.
And Shaun, Purple Group, when I've chatted to Lesedi and Carly in the past, it's always been their Purple Group, that being the holding company for Easy Equities. Where did that feature, or did it feature at all?
So Purple did feature. I also just looked at the top volumes over the last 3 months just to sort of see where the buy and sell was. So in the past 3 months, Purple Group did feature in the top bought. It came in about 6th place there, 7th place. So at least it's nice to see the parent company still trading there, which it is really lekker. But it also featured in the top sold in about 6th place. So guys are in and out at the same time. I suppose that's all the top shares. So lekker to see the name there though.
But sure, that's the equity markets. For every buyer, there's a seller, and that makes 100%. The market. But now just going on to the US, I know through my previous chats with Lesedi and Carly that the Easy Equity community have seen incredible returns through the mega tech titans in the US, the FANG specifically, namely Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. But tell us about more of the action there, the most bought and the most sold.
So again, in the most bought though, we have Tesla topping the pops in the last month, with second with Apple coming in second, then Alibaba, and then really lekker is 2 ETFs. We have the Vanguard S&P 500 and the Vanguard Total World Stock. That's cool that 2 ETFs jumped in there. On the top sold, we also have Tesla topping the pops there, about exactly the same amount bought and sold. Apple again in second. We have Amazon in third there, Planter Technologies in fourth, and Microsoft in fifth. So a lot of FANG stocks in there, but like I said, really lekker to see some ETFs being bought in there, and I think that market, people are starting to understand it and buy more into it.
And that's pretty much leads on to my next question, Shaun. The rise of passive investing and ETFs have become very unpopular investment instruments. Lots to choose from on the Easy Equities platform. Which ETFs attracted the most attention in September?
So, like I said, lots to choose from. We have all the ETFs that are available in the JSE, which is at 85 at the moment, with the inclusion of the last 3 last month. Looking at the ZAR platform, obviously we've touched on the 2 that were in the USD ones. Looking at in the ZAR one, we have a few of the Satrix ones in the top bought. We have the Satrix S&P 500, the Satrix MSCI World, the Satrix 40, Satrix Nasdaq 100, and then in fifth place we have the Signia Atrix Fourth Industrial Revolution. In top sold is the Signia Atrix Fourth Industrial Revolution, Satrix Nasdaq 100, Satrix MSCI World, Satrix S&P 500, and then the One Invest Rhodium. So lots of Satrix being bought and sold again, similar vibes. But more being bought than sold, which is also always positive and good to hear that guys are getting more into the passive world, which is a very important part of investing.
And the general volumes for September, given that it was a turbulent month, was it more than the average month or less, Shaun?
No, it was very similar. Like I said, I looked at the last 3 months just to make sure. It was very similar. I mean, we did have some outliers that, as there is, I'm sure, in most of the stock markets that happen, that guys get bought and sold, and Sasol being one of those ones, with it being the sold quite a bit. It was sold a bit more than it was bought, but I mean, it's very similar trend over the last 3 months, and which is positive. I mean, we do see a growth in clients, which does obviously increase the trend a little bit, but that's uniform with the same amounts that are being bought and sold.
I'm Justin Rowe-Roberts, and you've been listening to Easy Equities.